So let's talk about workman's compensation. Workman's compensation is required for employers in Michigan if they have at least one full-time employee or three part-time employees. And most organizations believe that purchasing a workman's compensation policy is the only way to meet that requirement. But there are actually three ways employers can meet the workman's compensation obligations. And depending on the organization, one of the other two options may be a better fit and more cost efficient. But again, there are three ways to meet the workman's compensation requirements. And the first option is the one that most people are familiar with, is that you can pay an insurance company a premium. In return for that premium, the insurance companies pays for injuries and lost wages to your employees. And after paying any administrative costs, the money left over, the insurance company keeps 100% of that profit. The second option is to be completely self-insured. And in this setup, the organization pays for the employees' injuries and lost wages themselves. And this way, they cut out the middleman and the insurance company altogether, and they keep 100% of that profit. The only downside to being completely self-insured is that an organization has to have a substantial amount of liquid assets to prove to the state that they have enough money left in the bank to pay for any large claims or several claims coming in at once. And this can be a problem for middle market or even large organizations who may not have those resources available. But the third option is the best of both worlds. And it's called a group self-insured plan. In a group self-insured plan, a few select companies are allowed into this group, and they have to have good or even great loss history to be considered. And each member of this group pay a premium just like they would an insurance company, but that premium gets put into a big pot. That way, by pooling all their resources together, they can meet the state's substantial liquid assets requirement that they maybe couldn't fulfill by themselves. And this money in this pot are used to pay for the employees' injuries and lost wages and the administrative costs. But the best part of this is that any money left over in the pot after paying all the costs and expenses gets paid back to the members by way of dividends. That is why group self-insured plans are very selective of who they let into the group, because they do not want to let in the member who has claims issues, who may increase their premium or decrease their dividend payouts. And here at Marshall McLennan, we have access to the Manufacturing Technology Mutual Insurance Company, or MTM, which is a group self-insured option for manufacturers, but also for technology, auto dealers, and printing companies. And with MTM, the average dividend return for our members is 30%. That means that our members pay their premium for workers' compensation and get on average 30% of it back returned to them by way of dividends. So instead of insurance keeping the profits, they get those profits back to them by way of dividends. So I hope that makes sense. But if you have any questions or like to learn more about group self-insured plans or MTM, please send me a private message or leave a comment below, and stay safe.